So I did a voting poll on which Mortal Kombat list video you guys wanted to see next, and with a total of 98 votes, the winner was to make a video on the disappeared characters in Mortal Kombat. Before we get started, I will not name the characters such as Chameleon, Cobra, and most of the 3D era characters since they haven't been introduced yet, so they are technically not missing before you guys put them in the comments below. And I also won't be including cameo characters such as Serena, Frost, and Li Mei, as they are cameos, and cameo characters are supposed to come and go in any sort of media. If you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more things Mortal Kombat and more list videos, and let's see if we can get 200 likes on this video. But with that being said, let's talk about the disappeared characters in Mortal Kombat. If you guys have been following me for a long time, then you guys know that Jade has to be on this list, because you guys know that I have a very big interest in Jade ever since she went missing in Mortal Kombat X. So the reason why she is missing and why she makes this list is because in Mortal Kombat 2011, we all know that she died by the hands of Sindel, and then later on in that story, we saw her as well as the other characters that died in the story as undead revenants. We then saw those same characters return as revenants in Mortal Kombat X, except for Jade, and she is literally nowhere to be found in the story. This raised many questions and theories popped out all around in the community, and our only hope is to get an answer in MK11. Sure, we do see Jade and Kitana's ending, however, since it is an ending, it is still yet to be canon. At this point, I really don't have to say much about Noob Saibot, because once again, if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I talk about him all the time. So although I think everybody knows what happens to Noob Saibot at this point, I still have to explain a couple things. In Mortal Kombat 2011, Noob gets kicked into the Soul Needle, and then the Soul Needle breaks and disappears along with Noob Saibot. Now from there, I think people in the comments are going to be little whiny little kids saying, this one doesn't count because we already know his fate, and his fate is that he's dead, which is not true at all. In Mortal Kombat X, there is plenty of hints that tells us that he is very much alive, and in fact, I think there's a couple intro dialogues that pretty much directly say or imply that Noob Saibot is alive. I am working on a video on my explanation to where I think Noob Saibot is, and if you guys want to see that, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Mortal Kombat X's story mode brought in a lot of characters where their fate was unknown. One of them includes Fujin. We saw him at the beginning of the story along with Raiden fighting against demons, Quan Chi, and Shinnok to defend the Jinsei Chamber and the Sky Temple so that Shinnok doesn't get what he wants. Johnny Cage comes in and saves the day, and everyone else is safe. Fujin is still seen at the last minutes of the first chapter, but after that, he has completely vanished. This is very strange because you would think he would do something when corrupted Shinnok came into play, but nope, his fate still remains unexplained. Sure, you could say that one of the hourly towers or the weekly towers say that Fujin is dead, but I'm pretty sure I read a tweet from a developer saying that those descriptions that are on the towers are not canon. Let's admit, Mortal Kombat X is the best Jax has ever been in a Mortal Kombat game. I will admit that I never really cared for Jax until Mortal Kombat X, where they actually put a lot of great things into his gameplay and had an interesting story chapter. But I absolutely hate how they completely dropped Jax after his chapter. We know that he helped capture Quan Chi and successfully did so by the end of his chapter, but after that, we never hear from him again. It sucks because we never really got a father-daughter moment between Jackie and Jax in the story mode, and I wish I would have seen it. I'm going to include Rain and Tanya in the same slot because they were both in the same place at the same time, where we were clueless about their fate. In Devora's chapter, she is working with Cassie Cage to retrieve Shinnok's amulet. However, during that process, they both run into Rain and Tanya and had to fight them to get to Shinnok's amulet. After Devora takes them both, she left them unconscious and Devora nearly killed them before Cassie Cage stopped her from doing so. After that, Rain and Tanya completely vanished from the story and we don't know where they are and they are not mentioned anymore. Sure, you could say that in Tanya's ending she ends up betraying Rain and killing him, but like I said, endings are sometimes not canon, so we still do not know their fates. The thing that confuses me is that after Jax's chapter, which Kenshi was in, we got to see him and where he was after the chapter when they were in the Netherrealm, and he was with the Special Forces, with Johnny and Sonya, but not Jax himself. Anyways, after Scorpion came into the Special Forces base to kill Quan Chi, Shinnok gets released from the amulet and blasts Johnny, Sonya, Scorpion, and Kenshi with it, leaving them weakened and on the floor. We know he's not dead because the blast didn't kill Johnny, Sonya, or Scorpion, who were affected by the same blast, and we do see Takeda and Jackie go and help him, but we don't see him get up or anything, as the following shots do not include him. We see that Sonya ends up to be fine at the end of Cassie's chapter, but what of Kenshi? Where was he? Why wasn't he with Sonya at the end of the chapter? I guess we will find answers in MK11. So those are some of the characters that have seemingly disappeared in our current Mortal Kombat timeline, and if you guys have any possible solutions to their fates, and if I missed anyone, please leave them down below. Anyways, my name is Brusport Productions, and I'm out for now.